Hi, I'm glad to have you back on this channel once again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. To our first time viewers, thank you so much. And then to our long time subscribers, I say thank you so much. I love you so much. The measurement I'll be working with, I'll be working with 12 inches of width. Though initially I marked 11 inches, but I later added 1 inch to it. So I'll be working with 12 inches of width. And then for the length, I make use of 10 inches. Yes, I make use of 10 inches, though it was later reduced to 9.5 inches, but initially I make use of 10 inches. You can decide to still work with that 10 inches. When it comes to measurement, it all depends on our preference. Do you understand? So for me to get my cuff shape, the next thing I need to do now is the half of that 10 inches is 5 inches. Do you understand? So I'll mark that side, and then the half of the 12 inches is 6 inches. So I'll mark the middle. So on that 6 inches, I'll be taking 2.5 inches on both sides. Do you understand? Like I'll be marking 2.5 inches on both sides. So 2.5 inches on both sides, that's 5 inches in total. Do you understand? From the middle of that length, which is 5 inches, to the 2.5 inches that I marked, I'll be connecting both dots together. So I'll be doing one side of it first, and then once I'm done with that, I'll be replicating the same thing on the other side. So let me just do a recap here. From here to here is the middle, and then from here to here as well is the middle. So I took 2.5 inches on both sides, making 5 inches, and then I connect the dots together. So like I said, I later reduced the length of that 10 inches to 9.5 inches. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm making a reduction of half inches. So I'll be left with 9.5 inches of length. Do you understand? Please take note of that. Now the next thing I need to do now is to cut my pattern on my leather material. So I'll be needing 2 pieces of that, which is the front and the back body. So I have my 2 pieces cut out already. I'll also be working with a fancy belt. Yes, I'll be working with a fancy belt. I'll be working with my plaster. Yeah, there's something called plaster. I'll be working with that as well. Now looking at the picture, you notice that there are some should I say pattern, but there are some leather that are placed on the leather material, like a cuff. Do you understand? So I'll be doing the cuff. Now the best thing you need to do, the best thing you need to draw your cuff is your cuff ruler. So you can make use of your hand as well, but it's be kind of should I say stressful or something, but you can still make use of freehand cutting. Do you understand? But I will be working with my ruler, so just watch closely how I'm doing it right now. Now I have my two cuff pattern cut out already. So like I said earlier, I'll be making use of my belt, I'll be making use of my plaster and then leather material. So let's get started. Please take note, the first cuff shape, I'll be needing 4 pieces of that, 2 for the front and then 2 for the back, and then the last one, which is the second cuff, I'll be needing just 2, 1 for the front and 1 for the back. So let's get started. A zip cloth is not needed, please. Yeah, it's not needed. So the first thing I need to do now in sewing this is to fix the cuff pattern, the cuff part. I need to fix it correctly to both the front and the back. So please watch me carefully. This first curve that I'm fixing, I'll be fixing the right side of it. I'll be sewing on the right side alone. Do you understand? I won't be sewing the first part, which is the left side, which is the first one. Do you understand? Just one single line. So from the down part, from the edge, I left about 1.5 inches. Do you understand? 1.5 inches. In sewing the second curve, I'll be sewing both sides though. I'll be sewing both sides, and then at the down part of it, I'll be leaving about 2 inches from the edge. Like I mean from the side, I'll be leaving 2 inches, and at the upper part, I'll be leaving about 2.5 inches. So the next thing I need to do now is to fix the second curve. In fixing the second curve, I'll be taking 2 inches at the down part from the side, and then at the upper part about 2.5 inches. Now I'm done with the first part, so what I need to do is to repeat the same process for the second part, which is the second body. Do you that? So the next thing I need to do now is to fix my plaster. So the plaster, I won't be starting from the edge to the edge. Do you understand? So I'll be leaving about, I think, 1.5 inches on both sides. Do you understand? So 1.5 inches on both sides, that's 3 inches, and then I have the width of 12 inches. So the plaster that I make use of is about 9 inches of length. Do you get that? Now I'm done with the fixing of both plaster. So the next thing I need to do now is to place my fancy belt on it and sew it around. So once I'm done with that, the next thing I need to do now is to place the both the front and back on each other. But before that, I'll be fixing in my D-ring. Do you understand? So immediately below the belt, that's where I'll be fixing my D-ring. So the next thing I need to do now is to place both the front and back together, and then I'll be joining it on both sides. I'll be joining it half and hinge on both sides. Now I'm done joining it on both sides. The next thing I need to do now is to join the down part. So I'll be joining the down part as well by half an inch. So once I'm done with that, I'll turn it outside, and then the part that is left to be joined, I'll join that outside. Yeah, I'll be sewing it outside. So what I need to do is to give it a double sewing with half an inch of space. Do you understand? Now I'm done with the sewing part. So the next thing I need to fix now, okay, let me say the last thing I need to fix now is to fix my undo. Yeah, I'll be making use of what's it called? I'll be making use of my chain, but I'll be weaving in a leather into the chain. Do you understand? So this is the outcome of the bag. I'm sure you can see how lovely the bag is looking. It's giving this pants shape, yeah, designer pants shape. So the bag is actually looking good. Just have to blend colors together and you're good to go. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. I appreciate you. Even though you haven't subscribed, please do so before leaving this channel today. And to our long-time subscribers, I love you all.